English.
I wouldn't even pass my English.
English language, I reckon I could get
Would
an A.
you?
An A.
I don't know. If someone said something to me about like, how does photosynthesis work?
Not a
I'm
fucking...
not a fucking Scooby.
Not a fucking Scooby.
And do you know how bad that is? Because they say that if you
babe,
lose
not
curiosity...
Really. Sorry, I have to put these on, guys. I'm hiding from the world today.
Al's just had... Listen, we are wobbly like jelly recently, aren't we?
Like, I just want to say... Sorry, go on. What were you going to say about photosynthesis?
Oh, it's boring. It doesn't matter.
I just want to say that, listen, absolutely grateful every day for the mental shit that has happened in our life. Low tire pressure, that's good, isn't it?
Well, we were just saying this. My car currently wouldn't pass its MOT and it's going in next week, so that's good.
For the mental things that are going on. But I think from the outside it looks like listen, it is so fun and mental and it's so crazy and silly and stupid and like blessings on blessings, but I don't think people realise the inner turmoil that it can inflict on an individual.
Yeah, I think Saturday I realised that. I'd been like suppressing a lot and I had a full breakdown.
Yeah.
And I don't think I like realised that was happening. And I feel like you've just had the same.
Yes. So
So I had mine on Saturday night. Al had hers 5 minutes, a mere 5 minutes ago.
Would you like to talk about your breakdown on Saturday?
Yeah, go on then. Well, there's many things.
Yeah.
Basically what happened
it's
was...
all very layered, guys.
What happened was I couldn't find anything to wear and I sobbed like I haven't cried in a long time. And I was like, whoa, that's like an overreaction to like not looking or feeling good in my clothes. I've struggled with like my body, like confidence my whole life. So it's not like, that's not a new feeling for me to be like Saturday night and like not wanting to leave the house in the clothes I have. Like that's not new. It hit me like a ton of bricks. And I think it's maybe because I'd been like suppressing this week because we did quite a few things where it relied on like...
looking good.
Yeah. And I think tiny little things I don't even notice like really like shake me. Like even like the pyjama bottoms being tight, like just like, it just like throws me. Or like I should have planned an outfit for Saturday and I didn't. But like Perry, I was like quite conscious in that like dress. Then we took those pictures and I felt enormous in all of them. And I just think like it was like a lot of things had just like added up. And I didn't realise that I was like currently suppressing like self-hatred for the change my body's currently going through. Because I've stopped teaching and because I'm injured, I obviously have put on weight. Like that's fine. That is meant to happen. That should happen. I'm no longer in like a huge calorie deficit from moving my body so much. And I'm not going to limit what I eat based on that. Do you know what I mean? That's obviously like factually, I'm like, everything's fine. Everything's as it should be. But...
yeah, but factually is not emotional.
Emotionally, I was like, whoa, I didn't realise. And also I do think a lot of what we do, like, blessings on blessings, but being in a room and being like looked at and being comfortable on camera is like a skill that I'm still like honing, and it doesn't like come to me, that part of it doesn't come innately. The confidence to speak comes innately, but the like standing comfortably or like feeling like good about myself afterwards, like I'm self-critical and I just like need to not let that be so big, because otherwise it's like fully like limiting.
I've had that a bit this week too.
Have you?
Yeah, because like we've been so busy, I haven't worked out. I haven't been like, I notice it especially when I come back from holiday, because on holiday like you eat well and you move a lot. Like when you're like, even those little 20-minute workouts, like I don't even have time to do that because I would rather sleep in the morning, to be honest with you. And like that for me is fucking important.
And also it's really like, I said this to you this week, like I've only done like 3 weight sessions, which for me is like unheard of. I would normally do at least like 3 weight sessions, 2 cardio. I would move a lot throughout the day. Normally I'd be teaching. Yeah. But how much more important was it for me the other day to like just like lie on the sofa for 5 minutes
on
before
Friday,
we went out again?
and I could have pushed myself.
I could have gone to the
and
gym,
I didn't. But
and I didn't.
And then on Saturday night I felt bloated, and I just felt like that, like just not comfortable. Like I don't feel at my best. It can be the loudest speaker in your whole mind.
I know rationally that I've been smaller than this and less happy, and less confident. So I hate when it becomes directly correlated to
happiness
and like genuinely to size. I'm like, that bugs me so much because I know that's not true. Just in that moment it felt like, oh well, that's the only fix. Oh, I need to lose weight. And it's like, that's not it. Like that's really not it. And if that's gonna be it, then I can't do this as a job. I'm not like strong enough to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I can't have that pressure on top of me. I need to be able to fluctuate as everyone does throughout life, in weeks, in months, and different times, and still be able to go to work. That's what I was kind of realizing, is like, actually maybe I shouldn't ignore the little things, so that then I can like actually like get a control on it, the emotional turmoil that it puts me in. Like guys, I was fucking sobbing.
Babe, you're doing really well. No, you are, because like it's a, I know, like, as well, the injury, like, I know we, like, laugh about it, but it's, like, a big fucking deal to actually do, like, to sit with it and really, like, just accept it. It's a lot.
And also, like, when you're dating again, I just think you feel, like, looked at all the time.
I said that to Nicholas the other day.
It's crazy. And, like, the comparison, like, especially, like, the other day when we were, like, at Ole on that bed, I was like, I'm really struggling to feel like I'm meant to be here in that moment. Like, I just feel like, don't get me wrong, there's some rooms we're in where I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, we're meant to be here. This is, like, when I say we, I mean me. Like, we're just, like, one. In that moment, I was like, I'm not meant to be here. And I even then, like, probably don't share it with you because I have, like, the comparison thing, which I never want to burden you with because that's not your fault. And that's also a pedestal I put you on. Do you know what I mean? To be like, Al fits here. So yeah, I think I just, like, felt it so much, like, throughout the week, and then I was suddenly like, oh my god, I can't go and dance behind Jax Jones in a booth. It like, made me just want to, like, not leave the house.
Maybe in those moments you have to tell me, because I know, I'm aware of the fact that I am smaller, and I have it in my mind that I know for you some days that must feel impossible, and, like, I know that it's not my fault, and I know that you don't think that of me or that you wouldn't blame me, but, like, that doesn't mean that you can't share it with me. Like, really, yeah. I really mean that. If you need to just
I think I just struggle to, like, vocalise it, because also I think as soon as it, like, oh, sorry.
It's okay. Guys, it's okay. It's really, this season is a fucking roller coaster, okay? Lock in. Get ready, you don't know what's coming next. It's just... 1 week it's Perry, the next week is... the next week it's
tears.
Total emotional breakdowns. Next week it could be Kris Jenner. I don't fucking know.
One thing we do know is we don't know. That's, like, the certainty.
Good. One thing we do know is we don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes, because saying it aloud, like, the thoughts in my head are so, like, ugly. Saying it aloud, I'm like, I don't really want to, like, give them air or, like, oxygen, because I'm so conscious of the fact that I've done so much fucking work to not have that be my entire personality.
Can I tell you something? Doing that, you're putting more pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
by
I
doing
appreciate
that rather than just, like, airing it.
Yeah.
I have that that is me, babe. That's why, like, I can't give any airtime to my emotions because I'm like, that's weak. It's not the same, but it's like I'm actively working against airing something that is just actually happening in me naturally. You didn't choose to feel that way. It just comes up.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're, like, doing yourself a disservice or undoing any work. It's actually, in my opinion, an even greater achievement to be able to say, yeah, I did give that airtime and then I put it back in the box.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And I just sat, and it was a 5-minute thing, and I looked at it and I thought, I actually really don't want you to hang around, rather than trying to, like, make it go away.
Well, I think that's because why it was so big on Saturday.
Because you've been trying to make it go away.
Yeah, like, because also it was weird. Normally it manifests in, like, anger in me, but actually it was like,
frustration.
It was deeply sad. Like, I just felt deeply sad. So she was just trying to bring me options. And you'd have died. She bought me this top, this corset top, and she was like, I think this will look really good. It's still got the tag in. She puts it on. She honestly, like, gets it to, like, you know, where the point, you know, it's not going to do. And she goes, I actually don't like this top, really. I think actually we could do better. I knew it wasn't gonna fucking fit. I just think it's so, and also when I look back at it, like, obviously I said, like, I was like, then later in the night when I'm dressed and I'm dancing, I couldn't give a shit and I feel confident in a room like that. Yeah, I just was having, like, a lot of, like, imposter syndrome, I guess, from, like, Ole into, like, Perry into that, and I was like, whoa, it's a lot when you feel like you don't fit. And also I struggle with the whole, like, narrative that when you, like, sit a bit bigger than what the norm is in those spaces, it has to be your whole identity. Because I don't think I should have to be, like, the curvy girl. I don't think I should have to do that. I'm not curvy enough to be the curvy girl. So then you're in this, like, weird juxtaposition where actually you just kind of, like, sit normally, but against, for some reason, it does lend itself to, like, the smaller
type,
model. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's no one's fault. That's just the way it is. So then I guess I'm like in a, like, juxtaposition of, like, I don't want to force myself to, like, make it my whole personality to allow me to be confident in myself. This is just my shape currently. I don't want that to need to then be, like, my whole fucking armour. Do you know what I mean? So that was a lot. I didn't even realise it was like, I didn't know it was there. I like felt it obviously like moments throughout like the week, even like trying things on for like trying to find things for Friday night, and like there were just a lot of things we needed outfits for. And then I like put on some fucking shorts that fit me like 3 weeks ago and I couldn't fucking do them up, and I was like, you're joking. And also I had sex on Tuesday night. I feel like I forget, like it was so weird because actually it was the first time that I'd ever, genuinely the first time since being with my ex, that I had like good sex and like felt good and like sexy in my body, but at the same time I was seen. When you're single and you're not having sex, you're not seen.
Yeah.
What Hole sees me naked, you see me naked. No one else sees my body. I don't get looked at. I don't have eyes on my body, like naked.
Yeah.
So like I forget like what, like the vulnerability, that hangover that sometimes that gives me as well. So I think it was just a week.
Babe.
Yeah.
In echoing what you said about me leaning on you to not be strong all the
I
time.
know.
I
I just never want you to feel like you can't do anything about those. I have it with holes. I have it with
doing it though. I can just sit in it with you.
No, I know
for a
you
second
can,
and
but
just
as long
hold
as
your
like you
hand.
genuinely feel that, because sometimes it might be a bit like, what do you want me to do about that?
I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try and fix it. There's nothing to fix.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, let's just sit there for a hot sec. If you can say, babe, can we get a peppermint tea and I'm going to have a fucking 30-second meltdown outside, let's go and have a 30-second meltdown.
I know.
And
I don't know how to find that moment in those times.
I know that you do it to protect me, but I don't need you to protect me from that.
Also, I forget that like different people don't have the same hang-ups. I know that that's not your thing. Like I know that like comments like that won't trigger you. As in even me saying like, oh, I just feel like out of place or I feel enormous, or like whatever like, horrible language I use is.
I know that some days, surely.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Standing next to me might be really triggering some days. I'm fully aware of it. And like there's nothing I can do and there's nothing you can do. But what we can do is just sit for a hot sec and just have a cry or have a scream or have a cuddle or whatever it is, to just like
have a new pair of pyjama bottoms.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know.
I fully.
Yeah.
Can you call them right now and ask them for a bit, like for a different pair? Like I can do that, babe, and that's not for any. It doesn't trigger me. You're absolutely right. For me,
I think I just forget that like not everyone has that as a hang up. As there's things that I don't have as a hang up that like you might. I forget that.
And like I know that you're funny in changing rooms, so like that's why I would always be like, well, why don't we like leave a lot of time?
Yeah.
You don't have to protect me from that in any respect.
Yeah.
Ever. Learn to lean on me for that, as I've learning to lean on you more.
Yeah.
It's really, really important. Because there will be a day, babe, when we're fucking presenting the Brit and you're minutes away. Do you know what I mean? And what are you going to do then?
Yeah. I do largely feel very confident in myself, my relationship with my body, my relationship with food. It's come such a long way. But yeah, there are like triggers that then I'm like, I'm noticing what this industry could turn me into, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's so focused often on how you look, and it's hard to avoid that. Sometimes your worth or your talent doesn't even come into play. It's how you look and how you present yourself. And also sometimes being seen every day is not like that fun. Sometimes I pick up the front camera and I don't want to do that. And I delete videos because I'm like, I can't look at it. And that's sad, but also something to, you know, work on and process.
It's a lot. It is that thing of being funny. You walk into a room and people expect you to be the funniest person in the room. I think, guys, do you know how fucking boring I am? Do you know when I sit at the dinner table?
We say that the other day to Holes. We were like, oh, we can't do dinner with X because we have to be on. And we were like, we can't do it because they'll expect something that they might not get. Like, I don't think we're different. As in, I don't think we have like a proper like on switch.
No, I agree.
But like,
no, but
we almost need to do this. We need to do like this to then get back to like here.
Babe, I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
No,
thank you for saying that. I love you. I do appreciate that you acknowledge that.
With all of my heart.
No, and I know you do. Also, it's like often an uncomfortable, like people find it uncomfortable to talk about because it's like no one will look at it as like black and white. I will say things like, I've put on weight, and people will be like, don't be silly. And it's like, it's just a fact. I need to accept that so that I can be comfortable in this body, because I've always been a real like advocate of it's important to feel comfortable in the fluctuations. Like I really think that's important. I don't think you should be like, I'll be happy when.
I really even struggle
like
with that.
This week you like fluctuating
really
through water weight because you have been busy and you haven't exercised. I am an advocate for you sitting in this and feeling as confident as you do. You know, everyone has this kind of, I think we forget, like,
I know
you've got this kind of range.
I know.
And everyone has a range. Like if you go out of it, that's when you start to feel unhealthy. That's when you start to feel like you're not looking after yourself. Vice versa, the other way, get too skinny, malnourished, not looking after yourself, not fueling, and there'll be your prime place to sit,
100%.
which is where you feel your best.
amazing.
There's then leeway either way, and I just really believe that you need to be comfortable in that whole spectrum.
Completely.
Because shit will happen throughout life that will demand you to go either side. My injury is a great example of
Having
that.
a baby.
Having a baby, losing someone you love. Like, I don't know how it manifests in different people, but it does.
I'm bad at this, of like self-love or like looking after yourself. I guess so many people, or we talk about self-love like exercise and move, but like for example on Friday it would have been a
Not
radical
doing
act
that.
of self-hate to
Yes.
exercise.
Yes.
Actually just like making peace with that and think, no, I'm actually gonna just choose rest, even though that's gonna make me feel a little bit more body conscious tomorrow when I put a crop top on. I'm actually gonna choose that.
Yes.
And
Because
that's-
it's important.
Exactly.
So often we think about like health and well-being as like your body, but it's like, how will your mind feel after 8 hours sleep versus after like 6? How will it feel?
Yeah.
How will it feel after a day of rest versus a day of the gym and 10,000 steps and smiling and laughing at 50 different people?
Yeah.
How will it feel? It's so important.
I'm really proud of you, babe. I really mean that.
Also, I left the house. I was like, I've done it. Like, because at a point I was like, I can't do it. And I was stood there in my knickers and I was like, I can't do it. Like, I actually can't go.
Come here, you must undo this so I can hug you properly. I'm gonna cry now.
So silly.
I love you.
Look at it.
It's not silly, babe. Oh, it's a lot. All of it is fucking lot, isn't it? It's a fucking lot. No, let's just be sad again. It's good content when we're sad. People like it when we're sad.
Oh yeah, you sickos. You like it when we both cry.
It's just a lot, guys. It's a lot, babe. It's okay to feel like you never want to leave the house. That's really okay. It's really okay.
Sorry.
It's really okay. Sometimes I feel like that when I feel like I'm going to bite everyone's head off and I think I actually can't go because I will never work again.
Yeah.
It's all. We were there to look good, and that's the difference. Is that normal people don't do that. And so, like when you fixate on that one thing, of course, it feels like this hill that you actually cannot climb and get over, and that's really okay.
Because also it's like so like ingrained in like your own thoughts. Like you don't even know how other people are perceiving you. Like someone might not have had the second thought. Oh, perfect. Like they've done their job well. They turned up. They looked good in their pajamas and they left. Great, epic. And they wouldn't have thought anything about it. But like in my mind, I'm like,
yeah. Of course. Can I tell you, I had a friend who she was really unwell and like anorexic.
Poorly.
Yeah. She went to this like group therapy. They all got given this like huge piece of string, but like it was all connected and everyone was in this circle. The task was for 15 minutes you have to dance and move with the string and you can't stop until 15 minutes is up. And in the beginning, obviously like no one really moved because they were so conscious. At the end, the question was, what were you thinking and feeling when you were doing that? And every single person in that room said, I was thinking about how everyone else was thinking about me, and everyone said the same thing. And it's
so
just,
therefore no one's thinking about anyone else.
everyone's fucking thinking about themselves.
Because of that, the most important thing is internal validation. External validation only goes so far. It only helps so much, actually. Like being told you're like beautiful or you've got a nice body, like it kind of means nothing until you believe that
I
in
think
yourself.
that all the time with Raw.
Yeah.
He can be like, oh my god, you look so, and I'm like, I feel fucking disgusting. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
That's not health. He thinks I look great.
Yeah, right. On Tuesday, I've never been so complimented on like everything. Like my
Yeah, but it means nothing.
Saturday, I'm having a full meltdown about my reflection. My reflection's offending me.
So actually, it's the whole point is all of it. You're doing it to please yourself.
Yeah. Also, it just goes to show like that you can feel one way one day and one day the next. That like actually like nothing's changed. Nothing's
You had
really
some
changed.
soy sauce and you've got a puffy face and now what, you hate yourself?
Do you know what I mean? Forgot to gua sha, sorry about it.
Yeah.
Or like haven't had a poo yet. Like whatever it is, like it's so minute in the huge like scale of things. But in that moment it can feel like a lot.
Babe, I also just want to say, I know that you think that I don't have that hang up, but like I do have that hang up, I just have it in different ways.
And I do know that.
Like,
I do
it's
know
not that I'm like immune to it.
No,
like
I
my
know.
skin and like my bloating, like
I know.
it really, it's not that it's like la la la.
No.
I'm not.
I know, and I have it with both you and Holes, like understanding that in a way, because I always say this to Holes, it's like the things that I am insecure about on my body, you don't have. So say like both you and Holes, like I've got a fetish for a flat stomach because I've never had it. When I see that in you, So I'm like, even when you're bloated, I don't really see it like that. Whereas for you, it's like, that's like painful and feels horrible. And
I
like,
feel,
you don't feel good in your clothes, or they don't fit right as they should. And like, you feel it in the same way as me, just differently. Hang-ups, different insecurities. And I do know that. And I also do know like there is equal pressure on like you in that space. Probably even more so because you're kind of, I feel like Al has this kind of like, visually, you just have an ability to look well put together. And because you do fit the like kind of like stereotypical like norm of like a body type and like face, I think
you just put me in that category automatically.
So then actually I feel like you have more pressure. I can surprise people. What a beautiful place to come from. Do you know what I mean? I understand that there's also like weight on that. But and also I probably hide behind you sometimes. I'm like, let Al do it. No, let Al do the beauty shots. Let Al do the camera in her face.
That because I know that maybe sometimes you don't say it because you feel like, oh, I don't want to burden her. But like,
and also like I really want to be like conscious of the fact that like we don't ever conform to like comparison. I really want to not let that beast get big, because I know that that's a very easy thing, especially for women to do. Even with your best friends, sisters, mums, everything in the whole world, comparison is the easiest way to kick yourself down when you're in that headspace. Ella, Holly's sister, I was talking to it about, and we were laughing because she was like, and then you're getting ready with your friends and you just want to be like, oh, you've managed to pull your outfit together and look amazing, get away from me. And you're just like, no, I can't have that near me because you've done it so well. Of course they might have had the same half an hour like debate on which jeans to like squeeze into or whatever.
That's funny because I have that with you sometimes, but on something like the way you can verbalize something, but that's not a tangible thing. Do you know what I mean? Like you could come at it from a perspective of like visually, but I like sometimes she says things, guys, and I'm like, wow, okay, I won't even fucking try because I could never do better. Like in meetings, often you'll say something and I'm like, okay, I'll just keep my fucking mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? But
I do know what you mean.
Because you can't see that. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And because it's like something that.
And also, I'm so grateful for it because I'm fucking riding on her tails.
But like me too, in the sense of like Olay is a prime example where I felt a bit uncomfortable. So I was like, I'll do that. I'll do that shot. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I know that you can. And in that moment, that's your strength. So I'm just like, let her do it.
Love you.
The towel turban was a lot for me. Jesus Christ. When that video comes out, guys, you best boycott it.
Well, we'll be sort of like just deleting our Instagram actually from then on. Right, well, we're going to get a matcha.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Blank Street and get the new drink that everyone's crying their pants about. I think it's something cinnamony.
I love you so
I love you.
much.
No, I'm really grateful for you for that cry.
And we're in it together, you must not forget.
No, I do know that. I do.
Every second, every bit of it, every high, every low. You must.
Everything in between.
Yeah, you must let me know.
No, I know.
As I'm really trying to do with you.
No, you're doing really well, I think. That breakdown just there.
That was a good breakdown.
You'd have like asked me to leave maybe a few months ago, a year ago or something, 2 years ago.
If we were alone, I was going to be.
I know. It was so funny because Al went to the other room just to have a little minute, and I gave her 5, and I set the time. I
knew she'd come.
Yeah. So it was like 46 or something, and I thought at 50 I'll go in. And I'll say, do you need a cuddle? And you did need a little cuddle, didn't you?
You did a cuddle and a fucking total nervous breakdown. That's what I needed.
Guys, it's so fun! Being so
guys, on Saturday, she came over, so like Holly texted me like, babe, we'll leave as soon as possible, little meltdown over here.
Holly texts, I then also text being like,
I'm sorry babe, I've just had a huge meltdown.
And then I said, no comment on my outfit, good or bad. I didn't want a positive.
No, I've made that mistake before. Sometimes I say, no babe, I think you look great. She's like, shut the fuck up.
I do. I can't hear it. It's so bad.
I don't know. I look disgusting. What are you talking about? I hate these jeans. I look fucking disgusting. I look.
And then you think, whoa. Shouldn't have fucking spoken.
My mouth.
It's so funny.
No, but they came over on Saturday before we went to Jack's shows, and she was like, what I really need is a fucking new pair of jeans and a career change.
Also, I wasn't joking. I am going to buy a pair of jeans. This is what Holes always says. She's like, I've got 3 pairs of good jeans that I can always put on. This is why I couldn't go on my date yesterday. I was like, I can't get dressed, so I'm not going. Right. I bailed on this date for the 2nd time. I sent him a voice note. I sent him a minute-long voice note being like, I'm hoping a voice note will soften the blow. Should I just play it to you?
Yes.
Last night got a little bit out of hand. We didn't kind of finish up filming until like 11:30, and then we went for a drink, and then before you know it, it's 2 a.m. and you're home. So I'm quite hungover, and I feel like my first impression won't be the best impression I could give. So if we could rain check for the final time, I'd be thrilled. I'm so grateful to you.
What did he say?
He said, ha ha ha, no worries. Yeah, it was a late one for for me too, but surprisingly feeling okay so far.
Okay, good.
Great. Thank you so much.
But sorry, so what's Holly saying about her jeans?
Oh yeah, she was like, I've got like 3 like staple pair of jeans that I know will fit me like in all of my fluctuations.
Come rain, come shine.
When I lose a little bit of weight, when I put on a little bit of weight, when I'm right in the middle, there's 3 pairs of jeans.
Yeah.
And I know in those 3 pairs, I can go on a date with a black tee. And she was like, that's what you need. You've got no staples in your wardrobe. And she's not wrong.
Yeah.
Because I think basically what I had was I never bought new clothes when I was bigger than I am now. I just never bought new clothes until I then lost quite a lot of weight. I then was forced to. I'd lost like 3 stone. So I was forced to like buy the jeans then. But now when I sit at a bit more of a happy medium, or now when I'm a little bit on the heavier side,
now
those jeans
really
don't
trigger
fit.
you.
They're like, whoa. Also, it's so hard because it's like you don't want to throw them away because you know life comes at you fast and it's up and down.
Babe, that's why my wardrobe is so full, because half the stuff in there I will only wear when I really haven't been eating very well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I do have jeans in there that right now I know for a fact I wouldn't get the button up.
Yeah.
But then there are also ones that really would sit by my hips right now.
Yeah.
You just have to keep them all.
Yes, you do. You have to
Just in
keep them
case.
all.
Yeah.
Being comfortable in like all of that. I think we don't give ourselves a lot of like credit. Even my mum said, she was like, oh, because I was on the phone to her like just making gags about the fact that I couldn't go on this date because I was enormous. And she was like, I've tried so hard to not burden you with like, you know, my like insecurities and my like toxic relationship to my body. And I was like, it's ancestral, it's generational.
No,
like,
also, guys,
for women,
it is exactly. You learn it not just from your mum, you learn it from
every
everywhere
angle.
you look. Everywhere
School,
you look.
media. I've really cleaned up my For You page.
Good.
I had a conscious little like, do not like this, do not want to see this,
Good.
not enjoying this. Getting a lot of BBL. I know,
Sorry,
like
you're-
I was like an 18-year-old horny boy. I was like,
Okay, you're on the wrong algorithm.
No,
I
I
get
was
a
on the
lot of
wrong
pasta
algorithm.
these days.
Oh, come on! Not great for the gluten
I
intolerance.
get a lot of pasta and a lot of home renovation. And to be honest with you, I'm fine with that.
I'm really excited for you to start that leg of our business.
Home renovation, we're
Yeah.
going to cash in, guys. Yep.
I can't wait for a Hoover second-hand from you.
Yeah.
Is what
Oh,
I'm hoping
yeah.
for. Because Al will really triumph in that area. As I'm like, you know, pimping myself on dates currently,
I
Al will
really-
pimp herself in the vacuuming department, and I can't wait.
Absolutely. So that's
Yeah.
our week, guys.
It's actually been so
no,
much more
sorry.
than that. That
Can
was
we
just the
let- Once you
undertone.
get past the doom and gloom of it all.
It's been amazing.
It's been, and really we should have led with that because I don't, this, like,
yeah, sorry.
I think, no, because I think sometimes, I hope that people don't think that we just sit here and like, oh, this is so hard, because that's actually,
I know, and I'm not trying to do that.
no, and in the moment, guys, I don't think you understand, like, we got to that Olay trip and we fully fucking sobbed. And we were like, if you had told us 6 months ago that we would be here, we would just never have believed you. Like, the Perry stuff, the Jax Jones stuff, like, it's all absolutely mental madness out here. We're so unbelievably grateful and we want more of the same, and we couldn't do without any of you. And like, really, we should, maybe I'll change the order of this.
Yeah, maybe we'll like
This comes
rewind.
first. Yeah, because that is actually the takeaway. All of the other stuff isn't the takeaway.
All of the other stuff is just like, I just sometimes think it's interesting to acknowledge before it gets to the point where you're doing a fucking like documentary like The Love Islanders, where you're like, reasons why I
went to rehab. Yeah,
went to rehab and was on Ozempic for 5 years. Are you watching Nobody Wants This? Yeah.
No, babe, I'm watching.
You know, it's about 2 sisters that are podcasters.
I just wish I didn't need to sleep. I've got so much TV to watch. Do you not ever think that?
Yeah.
Last night
yeah.
I was in bed forcing my eyes open. I thought, this is madness.
To watch what? Slow
Slow
Horses?
Horses.
Sorry, I've just had the best text from my auntie. Hiya. Any ideas for your birthday?
Oh,
Come on! Yeah, baby! List coming your way.
What
I
are
love
you gonna
that
ask?
text. I don't know actually what I want from her. She really spoils me, but I don't. I mean, I love that she does, and I'm so grateful for it. But I always feel like
No need.
uncomfortable sending her the big old gift that I know she wants and willingly gives me.
What was it last year?
Last year she bought me my coffee machine, my new coffee machine with the milk frother.
Oh,
and the
babe,
coffee
I think
pods.
that you made a bad decision though.
No, that was so good.
I know, but you got the one that doesn't have an espresso pod.
I know, we've got the Lavazza.
Why did you do that?
Well, actually, it was my fault because we had the Lavazza milk frother, so then I asked her for the milk frother and then she just bought me the whole machine in one, which is actually so much better. And actually, the Lavazza milk frother I think is better than the Nespresso milk frother. Controversial opinion. Sorry, Nespresso, I would still work with you. What would I ask for this year? It feels like a bit of a funny birthday. I feel a bit excited for it emotionally, but not excited for it physically. Cosmically, I'm really excited about the next year.
Yes, I always feel that way though, but I don't enjoy your aging.
No, I don't feel funny about aging. I just don't feel the need to celebrate this year, which is so out of character for me, but I just don't.
I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about my birthday too, and I know why it is.
Why?
I think, like, on my birthday, my dream thing is to have dinner, like girls' dinner, and Raw and Jack can come, and we'll just go and sit in a little table. And I think it's because we do spend so much of our lives cleansing club. And actually what I'm really craving is just sitting down with a bowl of pasta with my friends.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I don't want a party, like,
No,
at all.
no.
Cozy, comfy bottle of wine.
That's
Nice.
heaven. Is there anything you need, like a Hoover? What do you ask for a Hoover?
I don't really need a Hoover.
Is there anything for the house that you need that you can't get #gifted? Because this is what I'm thinking.
A lamp? I would actually like a new lamp.
Great, that's a great birthday
When
present.
we first looked at the flat, the girl had this big kind of like lamp
know
like this
exactly the
over the
one.
dining room table, and it looked so cool.
I love.
So I could maybe get one of them. Raw needs to come round again and do the coat hooks. I've decided I do want them. He was right. He's going to be so cross. He's going to be like, I told her she needed the coat
No,
hooks.
babe, he'll love it. He actually loves hanging out with us. I don't know if you know.
No, he's obsessed, and I haven't seen him in so long. I actually miss him. I actually do miss him. How was his golf trip?
I was just going to say, he just texted me. This is so funny. So yesterday I spoke to him. He was like, yeah, I was so hungover, but like, I need to rest up. This is yesterday, Sunday. I need to rest up today because I have the big cup game tomorrow. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like,
my God.
we're all competing in the cup. And I was like, do you have but bear in mind, it's him and his 8 school friends.
Yeah. It's serious?
And I was like, do you have a physical cup? He was like, yes. And I was like, I actually prefer that you don't tell me that sort of thing. Because
I will
actually might
never
have
get
sex
wet
with
for you again.
Ever again.
Ever.
I honestly, like, exit button.
Sorry, but like my dad
and
does
he just
that.
texts me, hi Pooh.
Did he win the cup?
Sadly, I came second to Drew, who won the trophy.
Fuck Drew. Drew's such a prick.
Drew's the one that really fancies you.
Do I fancy Drew?
He's got a girlfriend now. He's about 4'2", so no. Raw's friends. Are
Raw's friends
tiny.
all had something wrong with them at school, and they weren't fed properly.
malnourished.
And they never
Totally
grew.
agree. Totally agree.
They got shipped off to boarding school and not fed. That's what
I don't
happened to
know what's
Raw's
wrong
friends.
with, well, Raw is actually the same. He could have done with another 2 inches on him, to be fair.
We were just saying that he's got a 6'2" personality, our Raw.
True story.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Well, we were talking about this with Holly on Saturday. Well, will you tell them about Saturday night?
Saturday night, once I'd had my wobble, was so
Yeah,
funny.
after the total meant to be.
I literally had the best night ever. It was so silly. So we get
I
there.
wish it was on till 2 in the morning.
I know. But then after the interview, you feel a bit like different.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no,
I
then-
could have danced.
then it's out, then you're
yeah.
done.
But basically, we were going to do content with Jax Jones, who, by the way,
He's the biggest hun
What a hun.
of all time.
I didn't expect him to not be, but like, he's a legend.
No, I expected him to not have personality. I don't know why I assumed
I thought
that
he'd
of
be a bit
DJs.
colder or
Yeah.
something, but he was 10 out of 10. Just a
Funny,
legend.
and
really
yeah.
funny. Babe, look up his heritage, because I'm sure he's Chinese Malay.
Turkish father and Chinese Malaysian mother.
Yes. How epic.
Funny, I should have asked him a couple
You
of
should
questions
have
about Malay.
Spoken to him about that. Basically, we got there and it's at this village underground. We go and we find I think she's just
Also,
from the
it was
label,
so
Lena.
funny because she texted us being like, just come walk onto stage, and we were like, what? Well, we'll just literally walk in front of Jax Jones.
But we just walk onto stage then, and we get there and she's like, okay, put these hats on, blue hats on, like these big, because he wears obviously the big fluffy hat. And then she goes, okay, dance next to Jax, make sure you're dancing next
Right
to Jax.
next to Jax.
So then we're on the live stream, dancing, like literally finding it hilarious. Bearing in mind there's full like dancers there that have been like employed to like, you know, dance, which like I actually get now.
No,
like, if
no,
the booth
no.
was like empty without vibes,
would
it would be a
look
bit
dead.
dead. Gig finished. We were downstairs in Jax's dressing room waiting for him, but so was like half the
of
world.
half of London.
Yeah. His wife, what a legend, comes in. She's like, everyone needs to get out. They're not letting my friends in. There's too many people here. Friends and family only. Get out. Get out. She looks at these girls above us and she goes, I don't think you're friends and family. Get out. And then we said, we're so sorry. We're actually just waiting to do content. She was like, love to the content girlies.
Love you girls.
Love you
She was
girls.
like, you coming to the after party?
Yeah, she was like, but stay outside, like just for a sec, la la. So anyway, then we went in, it was too loud in there, they needed us kicked out of the room. So anyway, we ended up doing this interview with him by the back door on the side of the street. It was so loud. You'll have watched the video by now, I'm hoping, and if you haven't, go to our TikTok. But yeah, and he was actually just such a hun, and we played such a fun game of Winner Stays On.
Really, really.
And we
rate
were really professional.
Really rate him. Thanks, Jax Jones.
And he was like, any festivals you want to come to? And we were like, sorry.
No, and we said
And
to
then
him,
Al would not. Al was literally like the whole way home. She was like, he's our ticket to Glastonbury.
He
Jax
is.
Jones is our ticket to
He
Glastonbury.
is. I'm sorry. He is. Must make Jax Jones our BFF.
I agree. I loved him. Also, he's been with his wife for like ever. He's got kids. Like, I'm just like into
Does he?
him. Yeah.
Also, guys, I like obviously learn to DJ a bit at the beginning of
Oh my
last
god,
year.
babe, I was gonna say, did that make you feel like I've got to do it?
Do you know how hard, like, watching
No, he was
him,
amazing, yeah.
I think people
Holes
think...
was so funny. She whispered in my ear. She was like, look at Al watching him because he's DJing. And she knows what he's doing. I was like, no, she's so cute because she was literally like,
It is, because it is fascinating.
Yeah.
So I learned, if you actually want the like technicalities, I learned with 2 decks. He had 4. It's really hard.
Yeah.
And also to like be dancing, be vibey, and like sync the beat. It's mental.
Also, you're like a track ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, always. In his case, he must be 2 tracks ahead.
Wow.
It's mental.
And he's coming back to like
And
be
also,
there
like,
with the crowd in this drop. Crazy.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like, I really have a
What a
respect
legend.
for DJs. I think people don't really realise just how hard it is to perform live. Also, that was a short set. Calvin Harris does 4 hours every weekend at Ushuaia. So long.
Does he?
And also, like, locked in, focused.
Yeah.
Jax wasn't drinking. He was on the water.
Yeah, I saw
obviously, because
that.
you have to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mental.
Sorry, babe. I know you've got no time, but did it make you think,
Yes.
oh, I actually want to
Yes.
do it?
Yeah. I mean,
imagine
I
if
don't
you
know.
could DJ. I'd be in your booth every night.
Well, babe, obviously, you're not going to be fucking front row, are you?
Imagine. Well, I might be. I might like to be in the pits with the guys.
Yeah,
with the gang.
maybe.
A little bit. I dip in and out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, it is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
Say. People are coming for you to bring a vibe, and if you press one wrong button, it's over.
You miss the vibe.
Imagine.
The beat.
I mean, yeah, I do want to get back into it. I know it's on my like list of shit to do.
I just think like it's a good string to your bow.
It's also like at the moment I have no time, but when I do have time, when I feel stressed, I actually find it quite meditative.
Yeah, exactly. And also like it's creative.
Also, I was watching this thing, sorry, about
Sorry, I don't read. Sorry, I forgot. I don't
about
read.
how like I know this is gonna sound a bit woo woo. I think we both really like are locked in on like people's energies, and like energy is really important in my life. Like I can feel allergic to people just from them walking in a room.
100%.
And music, if you actually deep it, music is just vibrational energy, and like it really can actually transform your mood just through like the movement of like the sound in your body.
100%.
When it's especially like even standing in front of that woofer. I mean, obviously I was a bit deaf after.
Yeah, because
Like,
I was literally pressed up against the speaker.
but
like.
it does make you feel aware.
Yeah. I even this morning, because I've been feeling a bit funky with my body, I'm really taking the time. This is so funny, but I always do this whenever I'm in the pits. I like make sure that I like am naked quite often, because I feel like that's the first thing that I lose, and I don't even notice I'm doing it, is an inability to be in my natural state, which I think is toxic. And I've really started like dancing again. So like now at the moment I'm like making
Oh, I
sure
love that.
every morning I put on at least one song and I will dance naked in my room.
Oh,
to
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, really good. This morning it was, what's that one from Euphoria? You know, the one that's like, right down the line.
Never heard this in my life.
You watched Euphoria?
I started it, but it was too
Oh, you
dark.
wanted It's dark. It's
And
like
I
Skins,
couldn't.
but what?
That's my problem actually.
I love dark.
I can't watch dark shit because I feel like don't open up the fucking can inside me. Don't open up the underground. There's a lot of underground.
There's a lot going on underneath here.
Yeah, and no one really.
Sorry, I think it's coming for you, babe. I don't think you can run
No,
from
no,
it.
no. I don't think I'm not trying to run from it, but I don't. I don't need to like have it come out watching TV.
Sure.
You know, like have a little lull, and then I'll be on my merry way to sleep.
Yes. You just are looking for a little lull.
Yeah.
Euphoria is not a little lull.
No,
It's heavy. It's heavy shit. Yeah, you're right.
I'm really loving the morning show. I really never gave Jen Ann any credit.
Jennifer Aniston.
I actually think she's fucking good.
I think she does what she does incredibly well. She's good in it.
She's really good. Also, like, I like the fact that she looks old but young.
Sorry, Kristen Bell in Nobody Wants This looks mental. It's so bizarre. I can't get my head around it. I don't actually know how old she is. Do you know who I mean? You know the one from Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I think she's the same age as Jen Ann.
She looks 10. Her face obviously doesn't move properly, which is like disconcerting when you're watching someone act.
And try to cry.
Maths I'm actually enjoying this year. I didn't think I would, but I'm really into it now.
I just find them all so fucking jarring because I just think like you all have such a narrow mindset of what you think you need.
Yeah.
And actually,
and you're not willing to be told.
And this is kind of what we were talking about with Holly on Saturday night about, well, actually about Raw, because I think if we're talking about putting me in a category, I think you would look at me and think, well, she'll be with a model.
Yeah, I
and
know.
I just think like you've completely misunderstood me.
If you think that's what I think I need.
And what I want actually.
Also, what bugs me about you and what I get defensive about, not bugs me about you, but bugs me about people thinking about you.
perception.
I don't know that you lack like depth and like layers. That really pisses me off because I just think, what, because she's pretty and because she like looks perfect, you think she's not messy and like goofy, and do you know what I mean? I'm just like, it's so wrong. And I don't understand how you've got that wrong when actually like alongside, say, your like highlight reel on your Instagram, you upload content that is you just speaking very candidly.
Also, but this is the thing, like Paris Hilton is the perfect example of this. Paris Hilton like has openly given interviews being like, I fully built a career on being the dumb blonde because everyone just put me in that category.
Everyone just thought that, well, and also in the simple life it was.
She's actually fucking smart, but like
Yeah.
you would never look at Paris and
No.
assume that. So like, why would she lean into it?
No,
Because
I
it's
know.
harder to like work against it.
Yeah.
But like, don't assume.
Oh, don't assume.
Don't assume. And like, this is what I mean about maths though. I just think like, you all just think like you want tall and brunette, but like, have you ever actually met someone who
Yeah.
like challenged you in a different way?
Yeah. In terms of dating, I'm trying to be really open because like everyone kept saying, because I obviously went on this date on Tuesday, which was like my second date with this guy, and I keep saying like, oh yeah, like I don't know that he's like the one, and everyone's like, well, will you give him a chance? Like, why not? It's like this balancing act between knowing like the things that you really can't compromise on and you do need in a partner, and being open to things that you never thought you
Yeah.
would be into. Types are just so problematic.
Agree.
That's what maths is really making me realise. You just can't have a type.
That's the same as celebs go. It's all the dating
All the
shows.
same.
Love Island. It's jarring.
It's jarring because also like there's a reason why you're single, hun. Your types don't work.
I think we should have a personality type, not a physical type.
Just to be aware of things you really don't love in a person, and then be open to things that you don't know you like. For example, like
Totally.
I think it's really easy to be like, no, I like a macho man, but then also you might be a person that needs emotional intelligence. So it's understanding like that might come in a package that you don't think you want.
This is the thing. Obviously, everyone's type is every box.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that's like everyone wants that, but you
Yeah.
can't have that if
No.
you want a real relationship with someone.
No.
Yeah, I'd love to be like in a relationship where Raw's booking date night all the time. He's not, because he's not an organised person.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And will you sacrifice that for his-
Emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
exactly. But you can't have it all. I was talking to my mum about this last week because she's writing this book about marriage, actually. 10 things you can do to save your marriage or something like that before you get...
Prior going to her for divorce.
Correct. I said, I think one of the biggest things, and I don't even just say this for married couples, everyone, I think people have this fucking idea, with friends as well, that one person will be everything. In what world? You don't give everything to anyone in your life.
No.
One person cannot fill every single need of your every day of the year for the rest of your life.
There's too much pressure on that person.
And if you're going in dating, looking for that, you will never ever be satisfied and you will never find someone.
Yeah. I'm definitely learning that it is more about what I can't compromise on than what I like
And
think
that's
I want.
all you need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just have like a few fundamentals. Emotional intelligence.
I was gonna
need.
say
So like a
number
lack of
one.
emotional intelligence.
Number one.
You think it doesn't rear its head, but it does. It's subtle at the start, but it does. You
Oh
can
my
see it in
God,
someone.
yeah.
Closed-mindedness, I think there's a better word for that. I really struggle with people that don't see other points of view easily.
That is narrow-mindedness.
Narrow-mindedness, maybe, yeah. I don't need someone to like prescribe to my way of thinking. I've learned that. I kind of thought I needed that. I don't. I just need someone to be really open-minded. I actually think it's really good for me to be with someone quite rational.
Quite decisive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really would like to be with someone that really knows themselves and knows their insecurities but has them like under wraps, because I think because I can be quite like big, I think sometimes that then can make people want to like make me smaller.
This is my only thing.
So I need someone to be
That is my only thing.
potent in their personality.
You need to
because
be
that
so
helps.
secure in yourself that my up, down, big, small, however, whatever shape I take that day, like, emotionally, unfazed.
It doesn't bother you because you're doing you.
Yeah.
And you're epic in your way and you're confident, comfortable, moving through the world.
I think also, babe, you do need a hustler. I really do think it is hard to understand what we're doing.
Maybe a stable hustler though, a bit more stable than us.
Sure, like, I don't even mean financially, I just mean like to have something to work for.
Someone that's like a tiny bit goal orientated, I guess.
Because otherwise you actually cannot understand me.
Yeah.
If you can't relate to that, you will never understand what I'm trying to do with my life.
Also, I was thinking about funny the other day because I was like, funny's on my list.
Someone else said to me funny, and I said, actually, you're not looking for funny. You're looking for a sense of humour.
Exactly. And I was thinking about it and I was like, there's people that aren't funny or like the joker in a room full of people. I think Raw is this. Raw isn't necessarily like a stand-up comedian, obviously, but Raw knows how to make Al laugh. Or me now. Raw like knows tiny little like quips and nuances and understands your sense of humour. Therefore, like Raw is funny to us.
Exactly.
Really funny.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
But it doesn't matter, and he's not trying to make anyone else laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I actually don't mean like Rog Beckett, ha ha.
There was
so
this
they
guy
do.
on Saturday at lunch. Babe, I was sat there and my eyes were literally like, I was so tired, and he was like right up here.
Talking to you about what?
About this.
Funny.
And I was just like, yeah, like, I just like, couldn't really be
Bless
fucked.
her, when she hits a wall, you've lost
Lost
her.
it. I'm not in the room.
She's nowhere to be seen.
And anyway, then he was like, are you getting an Uber back? Then I literally, as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, wake up, babe, he's hitting on you. And I
Wake and shake, babe! Al being fingered on the table, didn't you notice?
I was talking to him like this, and it was like a
You had a
bench.
cosy chair?
Yeah, but he was right next to me, like.
Was he smarmy?
Quite
Operator?
smoothie, yeah, and like so smooth to the point that I didn't even realise I was hooked.
He was so smooth that she was honestly in an Uber back to his.
I was hooked, line, and sinker, and then he thought, he was like, "Are you getting an Uber?" Because he'd asked me where I live, and I didn't think, cause then we had to go to Jack. Babe, I was asleep. Honestly, I was asleep at the fucking wheel, and he was like, "Should we share an Uber back?" And I was literally like this, and I was like, "I think I'm just gonna stay for a bit longer." And then I went to I turned the other side of me to talk to my friend. He like waited around, and then like I made sure to keep talking to my friend, and he like came over and was like, "Are you gonna get that Uber then?" And I was like, No, I'm gonna stay here. But
No, not with you, sir.
I haven't been hit on for such
Was
a
it quite
long...
nice?
It was nice to think, okay, well I'm actually,
I've still got
something. Yeah.
Also, I genuinely think it's not because like you haven't got it or whatever when you're in a relationship. I just think you stop giving off the energy.
Also, I'm not in tune. I'm not.
You
I don't
stop,
notice
yeah.
it.
Whereas when you're single, you're
Seeking
open
out.
naturally, even if you're not going out to pull or
Agree.
you just give off an open energy.
like
of,
the
go
cameraman
for
is
it.
the perfect example. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even
Guys,
stopped to look.
Perry's cameraman. Al's going to tell me off for saying this because it's so bait. Because he can see this. This goes out public. He's
We'll
the
cut
fittest
this.
person ever.
We'll cut this.
He's so fit. Don't cut it.
He's not a babe. Sorry, you need to really recalibrate.
Okay, he's not the fittest person ever. I just fancied him.
She's literally sat there with her.
Shout
fucking...
out to Warder, the wing woman of the year. I was like, Warder, I fancy that man. And she was so funny. She was like, I don't date white guys, but he's buff. And I was like, I know.
He looks like he's in the Russian mafia. I just have to say that. And like, no defamation to
I
Russian
love
mafia, but
no hair at the moment. It's like my thing. Anyway, if Perry's cameraman wants to hit me up, then I'm here. He followed me. Shall I slide in his DMs? Do you think I should? I was listening to the pod the other day and you were such a little contradictory cock because you were like, oh, la la la. And then you were like, we die tomorrow, shoot your shot. One minute you were like, no, don't shoot your shot, don't shoot your shot. And then the next you were like, we all die, so shoot your shot. Which one is it, babe?
shoot your shot. No. Sorry,
I'll message him then. Let's do it right now
If I tap
together.
into my highest elevator self, you are.
Come on, let's do it together.
You are fully gonna die. So
2:51 on a Monday, let's send the message. Let's practice what we preach. What should we say? You're the fittest. You're...
definitely don't lead with that.
Should we go for a drink? Question mark, Kiss.
No.
I heard you're single, Kiss.
No.
So am I.
You could say something like, I'm the girl that Warder... Basically something like, I'm the girl that Warder said to slide into your DMs, so I'm just making sure I uphold my side of the contract, but like, say it in less words.
Oh, say less.
Say
We always
less.
have this problem, say less. You still got your say less on?
Yeah.
So good.
Say less.
No cap.
That's your in, because he explicitly
Yeah,
said,
okay.
make sure tell her to slide into my DMs.
Girls
What
can come back
about
to you.
something like...
Warder said to slide in your DMs, so here I am.
Yeah, basically that. Go on.
What if we have to work with them again? It's just a bad business
Let's hope
decision.
he gets put off her team.
He's so on her team.
Is he though, or is he on Colombia's team?
He only does her and one other person.
Let's hope the other person's really booked busy.
So here I am.
X.
Kiss.
Small kiss.
Oh, so not my mum.
Not.
It's not this. It's this. Warder said to slide in your DMs, so here I am.
Great, send it. Yay.
That's so scary.
Okay, we must go and get
A blank street.
now.
Yeah, let's go. When we come back from extra shores, we'll talk about funny things.
Yeah, sure. We'll try and be a bit more upbeat.
I think this has been quite good, considering we sobbed at the beginning of the ep. I think we've done full circle to orgasms in sex.
I
and
think people think sometimes when we cry in the car we're being disingenuous, but I don't think people understand like the spectrum of emotions that we can get to in 3 minutes.
also the safe space. There's a magic about the car.
I
Like you'll
agree.
even have it in your everyday life. Like conversations you can have with your partner in the car or your mum or your dad. I remember the only time I've ever
Yeah.
spoken to my dad about sex was in the car.
There was a whole car advert about this.
It's something to do with sitting like
Sitting like
this.
this.
Esther Perel says.
Okay, bye guys. I'll be
Okay,
back.
bye-bye.
Right, I must talk to you about
My new profession.
Yeah. So what I earn is what I earn in a week.
Okay, but I do hate
Ah!
these things. Can I just say, because it's like the OnlyFans girls that are like, I made 100k last night.
I'm not saying you're going to be and make as much, but it's a good place to start.
Okay, yeah, okay, go.
Right, so she's a dog walker. Monday, 2 group walks of 6, you made 165 quid. Tuesday, 3 group walks of 6, 250 quid. Altogether, a week.
Wow.
Imagine you
She
did
does say that's a busy week
I was
and
gonna say,
without tax.
And imagine if you did even a third of that.
I earned that a month at Dig Me.
And imagine if you did all of that in 1 month. month, that's how much you would take home. I don't know
How do you get it though? Like, find local dog walking clients, fluffies, London
Babe, I
dog
honestly
walking.
reckon you need to walk along the common, knock on people's doors and say, or just like, we can literally make some shit flyer. All you need is one, then you're out in the park with the dog and someone will ask you.
Do you think?
Yes. It's like being a cleaner.
I used to always want to be a cleaner because I just think it's so like therapeutic to clean.
I really think you could do it. I know you don't love dogs, but do you like dogs or getting up at 6:30 in the morning more?
Genius.
You know Rule's parents getting a dog. I've
Yeah.
said to them we're going to walk it all the time. Sorry, my
Really?
other thing that I really actually is way more interesting.
Go on.
Molly May's brand, maybe. The hate she
Why is it getting so much hate?
I'll
It
tell
feels
you
unnecessary.
why. No, I actually don't think it is. £160 for that blazer. They've sold it as a wool blazer. It's like 5% wool, 95% polyester. They've broken it down of like that same composition is the same as like an H&M blazer that costs you 55 quid.
A good blazer is actually hard to find. So if it was like an epic, like I've got one blazer that I enjoy wearing. It's that Zara blazer.
I would spend 160 quid on a blazer.
that I would want to wear with every outfit, because a
that-
blazer actually can save an outfit.
Totally,
the right blazer.
Totally. But I think you can't do that and have it made of 95% polyester.
I think we need to go and see it. I think we need to go and see it and try it.
Okay.
For the Gallies.
There's no
Where
shop.
is
We'll
it?
have to order it. It's sold out now.
That's crazy.
The-
The power of social media.
I mean, this is the interesting thing as well. Everyone's hating on it, but like it also sold out.
I quite like this COS one I've been looking at.
Cos right now has
Yeah.
me by the fucking neck.
But like the COS one, 135 quid.
What's the composition though?
95% wool.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, 5% elastane.
I would pay that for a wool blazer because that will
Yeah.
actually last me forever.
And be warm.
Yeah. Listen, I think Molly May, I think what she's done is genius and amazing, and she's got all the strategy in the world. But I also just think like clothes are really boring.
But the problem is, that was the whole point of the brand. It's like, copy my uniform. I think that's what she made. It's a good pair of jeans, a tee,
Yeah.
and the blazer.
I don't know. I
And
just
then, like,
don't think
simple black.
As a fresh price point, I don't think you can be.
No, it's really expensive. For all of like Grace Bev's downfalls in her style of influencing, she's very transparent with why the price point is the price point at Tala. And I do think if you're gonna be a brand,
Totally agree.
from being someone that speaks really openly to your audience, I would like, when we do hoodies, to explain exactly why it cost us that much.
Yeah.
The margins that we need to make.
And that, yes.
And
Because listen,
the quality of the...
I would rather sell a product that I felt was good quality,
Yeah.
that I would purchase at a slightly higher price point than sell some shit piece of
that you're gonna
crap.
have for 2 seconds.
But yeah, you need to explain that because
Yeah.
you can't just expect
That's the
people to
thing,
understand
you need
that.
to explain it.
Yeah.
If the tailoring on that blazer takes X amount of time, or like whatever,
Yeah.
then you might understand it more, even though the quality of the material isn't so good. So that's what she needs to do. There's this weird thing about the responsibility of that level of power.
I always think that.
She has such a high amount of power, same with like a Kylie Jenner, same with any kind of celebrity launching a brand. You've got an enormous power. How do you use that power?
I also sometimes think, how do you all get it so wrong?
I know.
Like the number of people, like Kylie Jenner is the good example. That Kai brand is a flop.
Yeah.
There's no brand identity. There's nothing. There's
Yeah.
nothing interesting about it.
If she wasn't wearing the clothes, the clothes wouldn't sell.
The amount of money they would have spent, I mean, like, it is staggering. The number of people. Get some, like, inspo from someone, somewhere.
Someone be inspired, please.
It's dull, and the quality's bad, and,
Yeah.
like, it's shocking.
Yeah, no, it is.
There are all these things about, you know, all these celebrities who start a brand, and, like, this whole shift between, like, selling a product and, like, selling a person, and, like, that is why the Kardashians, guys, they could sell us branded bin bags, they would sell out.
Yeah.
Because you're actually investing and buying from the person, it's not about the product.
Yeah. However, longevity comes in the product.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why Skims does well. Yeah. Skims would have been a sellout anyway in the beginning, but to make people be repeat buyers, you have to have a good product.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just be famous.
Yeah. Is that Rule's car?
Yeah, that's his new. Have you not seen that?
Is he home? Oh, he's on the golf weekend. I was excited then. I thought I was going to get to see him. I miss him.
I miss him too, actually.
I actually really miss
I'll
him.
tell you what I miss him for. Yesterday I had to do all the fucking recycling in all the bins by myself, and I thought this is
It was
why.
bin day yesterday.
This is no, just it was just there,
fine,
and I thought
and you
this is
thought
why
this
I'm
is the
not
blue
single.
job.
Yeah.
Babe, guys, I tried.
thinking
Rule's
about
going to piss
you.
himself and he's going to come and look at my door and shout at me. I tried to put up that thing.
No!
I was Googling Googling it. I was like, I can put up a fucking door hook. I'm not incapable. Anyway, I Googled it. I didn't understand for the life of me. And now I've just made a bit of a weird hole in my door, and like the door hook's obviously still on the floor. And I was like, oh, actually, this is enough for me to just like get a boyfriend.
Just for this?
Just for this. Nowhere to be seen.
It is a lot, all the fucking blue jobs. I shan't be doing it again.
I best have some of this then. Oh, God, that was world class. How many of these bad boys do you take? I guess there's nothing actually
Why
in
don't you
them.
just read the instructions?
Which?
This morning, babe, at breakfast, I was actually going to throw my coffee in your face.
Why?
Because you were like, we were talking about this girl, and I was like, she's bigger than us on TikTok, and she was like, no, she's not. She's got 20k, and I thought,
no,
if you...
actually, I'm really sorry about that, but I could have fucking sworn she had 22.5. I got that in my head. Must have been another one.
I was right.
I was right.
As
I'm sorry
always.
about that.
Don't worry, I forgive you.
We're both guilty of that because we both like being right.
I know.
So we do
I
it
know
all the time, and like sometimes you're wrong, sometimes I'm right. It's a roll of the dice, to be honest with you. What a long episode, what a long emotional roller coaster this has been, but will we be ready to say our goodbyes?
Sure, bye-bye.
Babe, when I was editing the Onio video the other day, you were so cute at the end. You go, night, night. And you sound so sweet. I was like, oh, love her.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, now you love me. You didn't want to throw your coffee in my face now. Babe, what if I make you ill?
I've already had it. I think I'm immune.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing about being on the other end. You think, haha, none of you suckers can get me.
No, but I actually think, oh, I hate to say it, I'm worried this is a new one because I think I had what you had before.
Well, I'll be dosing up on my
Or
Lindsay.
it's just my
Cancer.
Babe, it's callous lymph node. It's nothing to worry about.
We shouldn't joke about cancer. Actually, it's a touchy subject this week.
God, may he rest in peace. Everyone I know is getting cancer.
The number of so many people have died near me this year.
That is worrying.
A lot of people have died or got seriously sick this year.
It's not good. I don't like it.
I know 3 deaths this year.
I think I best do a race for life or something because there's a lot of cancer going around.
Okay, someone the other day was like, so guys, like, what kind of charity work do you do? And we were like,
Oh, absolutely none, and we should. That's so bad. Do you know who we really should align with? Copperfield. I feel like that would be a really good charity for us.
let's get aligned.
I think we need to align with Copperfield. We can do like a live boob testing.
Babe, this is a good jumper.
Oh yeah, guys, this is hashtag gifted from hashtag ASOS.
I wish that this was like that. I hate it. Why do they do this?
No, I like it. Boxy fit, cozy, autumn girly. Must she be so aggressive? Can you have a gentler touch? She's like this. You can't find it?
No, I think we could.
It's right there.
Jesus has come to you in the night, has he? Oh, no, sorry, Jesus is not
Jesus is nowhere near me.
I've got to get closer to Jesus. Actually, I'm really...
Just to help improve your skin and
I
hair.
really think it's time for me and Jesus to get on a level. Because
I was thinking this because nobody wants this programme on Netflix. The guy she's dating is a rabbi. And I really think I could be with a Jewish man. I could be with a Buddhist monk, maybe.
They don't speak.
But like a vicar, like Fleabag, like hot vicar wasn't as sexy as like hot rabbi. Do you know what I mean? So something about rabbi.
Yeah, no,
I think it's the beard and the like little hat really gets me going.
You could just go out with the road man if you're looking for that, to be honest with you.
I know you can't fetishize, you know, religious figures. Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't mean to do that. Or the little Jewish hat. I shouldn't have called it the little hat.
We love you. Thank you for being on the journey.
Thanks for watching us. If you were affected by any of the themes in this episode,
please call the Samaritans on.
Please call the Good Samaritans or comment on this video, and we will probably not be able to do anything about it, but we will be with you in spirit.
Love you.
Namaste.
Next week we might be high on drugs. I don't know.
I hope that we'll be like more light next week is what I pray for us.
Oh, it's a fucking roll of the dice at the moment, guys. I haven't got a clue.
I don't know what you're going to get. I don't even know when we're going to film. So our GoPro should have a name. It doesn't have a name.
Gary
the
GoPro.
You can do this.
Love you all so much. We have to say goodbye.
We have to say goodbye so quickly because Gary's going to die. I love you so much. Mwah.